So as far as speaking is concerned, you are evaluated on these skills. Do you know this? This is the list of skills on which you'll be evaluated. Let me share the screen and I'll show you the evaluation criteria. If it is fine with you, switch on all your videos so that I can see you and you can see me. Okay. So speaking evaluation criteria of IELTS. Let's see how your speaking would be evaluated. So this is a band descriptor. It tells how your speaking test would be evaluated. Let's look at each of these aspects and understand the speaking part of IELTS test. Vardhan, can you read this? Fluency and coherence. Can you read these 4 bullet points here?
Yes, sir. Speaks fluently with only rare repetition or self-correction. Any hesitation is content related rather than to find words or grammar. Speak तेरे बीच में आ रखा है क्या है?
Speaks coherently.
Speak coherently with fully appropriate cohesive features. Develop topics fully and appropriately.
Okay, so these are the 4 points related to fluency and coherence. So coherence means using appropriate connectors while speaking and putting your ideas in an easy to understand manner. All right, not having very long pauses. So in case you want to have a pause, you can have a pause, but that should be related to content, not with regard to grammar or vocabulary. All right, so that's the first thing, which is fluency and coherence. What is the next point? Can you please read it, Tarun?
Uses vocabulary with full flexibility, precision in all topics. Use idiomatic language naturally and accurately.
So what does this mean? Lexical resources means something related to vocabulary, right? So you should be having enough number of words. You should be remembering enough number of, not number of words, but your vocabulary should be good enough to convey your thoughts in an easy and understandable way. You should not be constrained by lack of vocabulary. It should not be that.
You should not fall short of words.
You should not fall short of words. That's correct, Harry. How are you doing today?
All good, sir. All good.
And you should use idiomatic language. What do you mean by idiomatic language?
That is, we can use some idioms while speaking.
Yeah, idiomatic language is the language used by idiots.
Okay.
All right. So, you should speak like an idiot.
All right.
I mean, are you taking it seriously? You're going to speak like an idiot? How does this idiot speak like? So exactly like you, huh?
Yeah.
Are you saying that?
Kind of, you can say.
Oh, kind of. Oh, I understand. You say, calling me an idiot?
जब तक class चल रही है, as far as the class is going on, you can call me anything.
No, you're calling me idiot.
No, sir. How can I call you idiot?
You just said, I asked you, idiomatic English means the way I am speaking right now. You said yes.
Okay.
See, idiomatic English means English like a common man.
Okay.
Because common man is?
Idiot.
Of course. Yeah. So you should speak like a common man. It should not be like you should use some jargon or you should use some special words to show off your English. Yesterday we had this interview of Sumit. You heard what he said?
Yeah.
That you should not try to impress the examiner. You should just try to express yourself in the easiest possible way. You should not try to impress the examiner. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, great. So you should speak like an idiot. All right. Now Tarun has read it. Who is left? Harry, can you read this part? Grammatical range and accuracy.
Yeah, uses a full range of structures naturally and appropriately. Produces consistently accurate structures apart from slips, characteristics of native speaker speech.
Okay, so basically using the right grammar and speaking in proper tense and all those small slips and errors which are generally committed by native speakers, are acceptable. So it's not that you should be a grammarian to score
Okay.
good marks in the speaking part of the IELTS test. But you should be speaking in proper grammar, right? If you're talking about something in the present tense, it should be in present tense. If you're talking something about your ex-girlfriend, it should be in past tense, you know?
All right.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's about the part related to what you call grammar. And the last thing is pronunciation. So, Raghavi, can you please read this part? What
Yes,
is
sir.
this pronunciation thing?
For pronunciation, it uses a full range of pronunciation features with precision and subtlety. Sustains flexible use of features throughout and is effortless to understand.
Sustains flexible use of features throughout. Can you say throughout once again?
Throughout
Yeah, throughout. Mm. And is
and
effortless to understand. Now,
yeah,
how to develop this skill of proper pronunciation? How to make sure that your pronunciation is up to the mark?
mm, uh, not we should not use the native language. Like our English should be like our regional language should not be seen in that.
Yeah, there
It
should
should be
be.
easy for the examiner to understand when we talk.
Exactly, you're right. It should not have an MTI. What is MTI, you know? MTI
Not
stands
sure.
for mother tongue influence.
Okay, okay.
Like, for example, sometimes Punjabis like me speak, my father sports me.
Okay.
Hmm.
My father sports me. You know what is sports me?
No idea.
Oh, I was trying to say my father supports me.
Oh, okay. I was thinking some sport activity. Sorry.
Yeah, you look at. So that's what your pronunciation should not become an impediment to comprehension. Sometimes the words are pronounced in such a way that the other person does not understand what is going on.
Okay.
You know, sometimes there is a lot of regional accent in speaking, so people get confused. Even if it is process of spoken in proper grammar, there is a probability that the other person does not understand you.
Sir. Okay.
That was a Chennai one, huh?
Yeah, that was typical Chennai accent. So you have to practice in a good
No,
way.
not like that.
You can't say this is Chennai accent. This is my accent only. You can call it as whatever, but not Chennai. All right. Okay.
All right.
So whatever accent it is, but then yeah, you should try to speak in a way that the other person understands it, and should not feel offended by. See, every language has an accent, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Like Chennai has its own, Tamil has its own ups and downs. Can you please speak a few lines in Tamil? Um,
Raghavi.
Raghavi? Like today is a wonderful day, and we are doing a wonderful class, and we are going to get 9 bands in IELTS.
Yeah. You want me to tell that in Tamil?
Yeah.
கண்டிப்பா சார். இன்னைக்கு கிளாஸ் ரொம்ப ஜாலியா போச்சு. நிறைய கத்துக்கிட்டோம். And I don't know how to exactly translate that in Tamil.
We are going to score 9 bands in English, in IELTS.
கண்டிப்பா நான் band 9 ஸ்கோர் பண்ணுவேன் IELTSல. After this, sorry, I'm mixing English with that. I'm not able to talk continuously.
So this is what it should not
Yeah.
sound like English. When you are speaking Tamil, it should be Tamil. When it is English, so apart from whatever requirements IELTS has, from the perspective of you going to a native country and living with the native people, it makes eminent sense for you to develop the right pronunciation, isn't it? If you speak English, you should respect English. If you speak Tamil, you should respect Tamil, because it's always that our emotions are attached with the language. So if you use the language incorrectly, you may offend people there.
Yeah. Exactly.
So You need to do some practice to make sure that your pronunciation is flawless. It should not be, it's not about using a certain accent or anything, but then you should speak in a way that it should not offend others and it should be easy to understand.
Okay, so it's not like that we have to speak only in British accent or American accent.
Yeah,
We can change or modify a bit.
you can
kind of
speak in neutral accent
neutral,
and you
yeah.
can still score
Mm.
fantastic marks and excellent marks there. You saw Shruti scored 9 bands. So from, if you watch her speaking, if you listen to the way she presents herself, it's not very American or Brit. It's all very neutral, isn't it?
By
And
neutral, you mean Indian accent.
not really. Neutral is not Indian. Neutral is like neutral.
All right.
What I mean is that you pronounce the word the way they are spelled. Uses a full range of pronunciation features with precision and subtlety. Let us make it Punjabi. Uses a full range of pronunciation features with precision and subtlety. You know, so, so yeah, it should be neutral the way it is. Yeah, I mean the easiest way to develop it is to if you're not speaking, you may put yourself on mute, please. So yeah, speaking in a very simple way, the way we generally speak with our friends and family members is what is needed. And I can make out, okay? So we are going to do some rounds of speaking today. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start with Ragvi. So what is your name?
I'm Raghavi Aranandan. You can call me Raghavi.
Okay, Ragvi. So where are you from and what do you do?
I'm basically from Chennai, that is in Tamil Nadu, and I work as an assistant professor in a university in Chennai.
Okay, so what do you like about your job?
About my job, I like to interact with the students on daily basis, and I also love learning new things daily.
Okay, so what have you learned in last 3 months?
Meaning, I didn't get you.
So what have you learned? Something new which you learned recently?
The new thing which I learned in this last 3 months, I would say about the painting. There is a painting technique called gouache painting, which I'm very much interested in. It's basically of very I'm sorry, I'm not able to talk continuously.
Okay, so
I
gouache
lose
painting
content.
is the traditional art of painting of Tamil Nadu. Is that so?
Not exactly. It's a technique of painting. It's not about Tamil. It's nothing related to Tamil Nadu. It's something from. It has an origin from Europe.
Oh, okay. So you can
It's more
speak about
like,
it like this, you know, it has its
yeah.
origin in Europe and it is usually uh, a form of painting used by architects. Is that so?
Not exactly. Anyone can use that. It's yeah, fine. I understand. Just for contents. Yeah.
You can give some. See,
Yes, I
my
understand.
teacher used to say that I teach only two things. Number one,
Okay.
about which I'm very sure. Number two, about
Okay.
which I'm sure the other person doesn't know anything.
Okay. Okay.
So you understand, right? You can say anything. It's something
Okay.
which is very complex and complicated. It requires a lot of practice. And I got attracted to gouache painting when I saw one of my friends learning it. So I thought it would be a good idea to give it a shot, and I started
Oh,
learning it. And now,
okay.
in last 15 days, I have made some beautiful paintings, and it's a fantastic thing because it makes you very focused, and it all helps you express your um, unexpressed emotions, hidden emotions in a creative way.
Okay.
So you can generalize it. You are not supposed to be a specialist of it, right?
I understand, sir. The content is not important. important. I have just to talk about it with
Exactly.
fluency.
You have
Okay.
to take every opportunity to showcase your English, and you are supposed to be perfect there. It's not a test of
Okay.
English, it's a test of how well you know the test.
Okay.
IELTS is a test of how well you know the test, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
I'm telling you, IELTS is not a test of English. It's a test of how well you know the test. If it was a test of English, then everyone who is good at English should score like full marks.
Yeah.
So why people with wonderful English sometimes fail in IELTS?
We need to know the strategy of.
Yeah, you need to know all the jugards.
Yeah.
Know what is jugaad?
No, sir.
Jugaad is a shortcut to do something different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not a test of English to a great extent. It's a test of how well you know the test. And if you fulfill the criteria of the test, you would get great marks there. So yeah, you have to create opportunities for yourself. You have to grab the opportunities and turn them into your positive points, like, you know, gouache
Okay.
painting. So just make something out of it and
Okay.
keep on it.
Sure, sir.
All right. Okay, who is the next person? Harry, how are you doing? Your test is day after tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me give you a topic to speak on. You've got 2 minutes to prepare, 1 minute to prepare, and 2 minutes to speak on this topic. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay, so I'll share my screen and I'll write the question here. Is there anyone who wants to give some 2 minutes topic to Harry? Can you just quickly Google and find a new topic? So 2 minutes, IELTS topic. Yeah, let's find out.
Shall I
Here.
grab a pen and paper?
Yeah, please quickly grab a pen and paper.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So let me share the screen. Why am I not able to see anyone? Oh, here it is. Sorry. Yeah. So here's the topic for you. You've got a minute to prepare and 2 minutes to speak. Let me go down somewhere. This one looks good. Okay. Can you see, Harry?
Yeah, I can. It's visible.
Talk about a subject you are studying. What subject are you studying? What is the subject about? How do you feel about it? Explain why you are interested in it.
Okay, I'll speak it about
You've
it.
got a minute to prepare and 2 minutes to speak. And Tarun, I want you to do timekeeping, like you can start the timer, and as soon as he starts speaking, and see for how long does he speak.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Harry Babeja, are you ready?
Yeah, just a sec.
Okay, so you can start.
All right. So talk about a subject you are studying. So my name is Harshit, and I'm going to talk about this subject I'm currently studying. So I'm studying subjects physics, chemistry, and maths for my JEE exam. So I recently gave my JEE exam, and I'm waiting for my results to come. So the JEE exam is all about physics, chemistry, and maths. There are optional. I mean, the MCQ They are in MCQ pattern and in subjective pattern too. So there are two sections in it for objective and subjective for each subject, physics, chemistry, and maths. So I don't feel very confident about it because I've not prepared it about it so well. But yeah, I can say that I can score around 100 or so in 300. So I've not prepared it well, but that's about my score. And I'm interested in it because I feel that if I don't get an admission in any college outside India, then I'll have to get an admission in India itself. So yeah, I'll take an admission in India. So for taking an admission in India in by a JEE exam, it is important. Yeah. So the main subjects are physics, chemistry, and maths. That's all I have to say.
All right, great. How much time do you speak for, Tarun?
1 minute 42 seconds.
Oh, that is great. Congratulations to you. You spoke for a good amount of time there.
Okay.
And now let's see how you spoke and how it could be improved. See,
Yeah.
it's not about your core, and you know, you can always talk about some positive things about whatever subject you are studying. The
Yeah.
subjects which I'm studying right now are physics, chemistry, and maths. And the reason I'm studying these subjects is that I'm really interested in learning about computer science, and I want to become a computer engineer after my graduation. I
Yeah.
want to work in the field of information technology, developing different softwares. And as far as the ground knowledge is concerned, physics, the study of physics, chemistry, and maths actually helps you to develop an analytical mind. And this is the reason I'm studying these subjects. Apart from that, I'm also preparing for JEE. I've recently taken the test, although the test was not that fabulous. But then uh, I took this test to make sure that I have some chances in Indian universities also. You know, I'm preparing for IELTS. I want to study in some foreign university. So as a backup plan, my father suggested to take JEE and I took it. So primarily the subjects I'm studying are physics, chemistry, and maths. The reason and I really feel good about them
Yeah.
because they help me to develop those skills which are necessary for a programmer. A programmer has to be a problem solver and he has to think, he has to develop that abstract thinking, which is very much related to the study of subjects like physics, chemistry, and maths. And that's the reason I chose them because I want to study computer science eventually and become a computer programmer. All right, so talk about something in a very positive way. Don't paint a negative picture, my dear Harshit.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, everyone has a success story and a, a failure story, so to say, isn't it? So talk about the success story. I mean, talk about
And
why are
you
you
have
studying.
to.
You don't have to stick to
Okay.
JEE. हाय रब्बा JEE नहीं हुआ JEE नहीं हुआ तो ऐसा लगेगा उसके दिमाग में एग्जामिनर को बड़ा दुखी है ये प्राणी why he could not clear 300 on 300 in JEE. So, you know, take your pain, I mean, keep your pains with yourself.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah.
So you're saying that they'll cut my marks on the basis of my pain, and I'm telling them.
No, not really. But then, you know, your context would become very limited. Oh, I took JEE and I am scoring this one. So the content is very limited. It's
Okay.
very,
Get it.
yeah, you know,
Mhm.
the question is actually not even related to JEE.
So
But
what
there
is
was the more main discussion was about JEE in your conversation. So it was off topic.
all right? But the JEE exam is all about the subjects physics,
So
chemistry, and math.
subjects, talk about the subjects themselves. No, it's so
Okay.
yeah. I mean, JEE is not physics, chemistry, maths. JEE is JEE, and physics,
Oh,
chemistry, maths is physics, chemistry, maths. So I am studying physics, chemistry, maths because I love these subjects, and I want to become a computer engineer. Studying these subjects give me an opportunity to develop my analytical skills and abstract thinking, which is, I suppose, which is very essential for a computer programmer, because a computer programmer has to work in uh, situations where the problems or the this
Yeah, analytic and logical approaches are
yeah,
important,
they make programs to
efficient.
solve many real life problems like banking and transport and so on, education. We have softwares from all the various
Sure.
domains. So I think, so you're now talking about relating the subject with what you want to do in future.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we want. And there's a lot of so in your speaking. So.
Okay. Okay.
The person may so. So
All right.
instead of saying, yeah, you have to practice it and use your voice. You've got wonderful English. All that is required is to modulate your voice a little bit. Can I suggest you a book? All
Yeah.
of you, please start reading this book. The name of the book is Psychology of Money. Psychology of Money. This is not just important from the perspective of IELTS and speaking, but also from the perspective of developing a very positive thinking. You know, it's about mindset. It's about how you think about things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was that 2 minutes topic, and now we are going to discuss about some more questions to you. No
So
more
everything.
questions with you. The third round. Okay. So
What
let
about
me
the
ask
band?
these questions to Tarun. बैंड का तो बैंड बजा दिया मेरे भाई, अभी हम बैंड पे ध्यान नहीं देते. But yes, I think you have to work on the side of content. Like, think like this. Let me give you this link. Why don't you practice all these 2 minutes topics from this link? Let me send it to you on WhatsApp so everybody will have this. This is a collection of all 2 minutes topics. So prepare all these 2 minutes topics. All these 2 minutes topics. So basically, if you prepare any 20 topics, if you work on any 20 topics, you can speak on any topic in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Raghavi, which dishes do you make at your home?
Dishes. I don't cook, sir.
You don't cook. So which dishes you like to eat?
Parathas.
Parathas.
Yeah.
Oh, parathas are popular in Chennai also?
I'm not sure, but I like parathas.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
nowadays, every food is available in every continent.
Okay. And idli and dosa and what is that called as?
Pongal.
Pongal. Yeah.
Okay.
No, Pongal is the
That's
festival, right?
It's a food also.
it's actually a dish, a food name. Yeah.
I'm
They
confused.
make pongal on that
Oh,
festival
they
day.
make Pongal on Pongal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you know how to make Pongal, how to make idli, how to make dosa, and 3, 4 more dishes, you can cook anything, isn't it? It's
Kind
like
of, yes.
masala is the same, process is the same, gas is the same. No,
Yeah.
what do you call salt and chili and all those things are the same. So like this, if you prepare on any 20 topics, you can pretty much, speak on any topic. Is that right?
Yeah.
It would be something related to party or a birthday or an outing or some subject you studied or some book you studied or some movie you saw or some cricketer you like or some movie star you like or some relative you like, this and that, all those things, isn't it? So if you prepare on any 20 topics, you can speak on any damn topic of the world. Isn't it a shortcut? What if I give you answers to 20 topics, like spoken by a pro? What if
Yeah.
you know how to speak on those 20 topics? So I'll provide you those topics. No, Shruti scored 9 bands. How many? How much did she score?
9.
Yeah. Anyone who aspires to score more than 9? That's not possible, but yes, you can see some samples of how a 9 band scorer speaks, and that would be very motivating. In fact, I'm going to call her in one of our classes, so you will get to interact with her. Probably it will help you boost your confidence. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Did I share her interview with you?
No.
I'll share it today, so you'll get to see how she prepared and how she speaks. You'll be able to see that. That will be useful. All right, so this is how your speaking is going to be. Let me ask you the rest of the questions. So the third part of the speaking test is going to be this follow-up questions. Can you all see this?
So, yes, sir.
But this you would not be able to see there in the exam. It will look like this. Okay. Let me ask the follow-up questions to Vardhan. Are you ready? Vardhan, are you ready or you have gone?
Sir, I am here.
Okay. Is there any difference between the traditional and modern educational systems?
सर आवाज कटी आपकी बीच में दोबारा
Is there any difference between the traditional and modern educational systems?
yes sir,
So what is the difference?
there are many different like sir, the pattern of the teaching is also there.
So what changes have you noticed in the patterns of traditional and modern educational systems?
Good, sir.
What differences are there in the pattern of education? So here you're supposed to give long answers, right? Like a parrot, you have to keep on speaking, this, that. But how do you organize your ideas? That's important. Start with a topic sentence, then give examples, then give explanations. So start with a topic sentence. Let's start. Okay, so there are many differences in traditional and modern approach to teaching. I think earlier the approach was to make the students remember a lot of content. You know, it was driven by how much you remember and how much you can reproduce in exam. You know, most of the examinations and the tests were written tests where a student was supposed to sit in a hall and write an exam for 3 hours. And those exams actually contributed to had a larger contribution to the overall score. But now, with the advent of computers and other devices which can store a lot of information, the emphasis is more on learning and applying the skills rather than remembering the facts. So there is a continuous assessment system which is introduced by the central board in most of the schools. And I think it's a blessing in disguise. It's a good thing because you don't have to remember a lot of things at one particular point in time. I think the current educational system is more scientific and it gives a realistic picture of a student's learning. So like this, you can make some comparisons and whatever comes in your mind, you can speak at that time. You're not supposed to be a pro at it, isn't it?
Okay. But the follow-up questions mean you are talking about the part 3, right, sir? After the
Yeah,
cue card. Yeah.
after the cue card.
So yeah. So it will be like 30 seconds or for each
Anytime. I
answer.
mean, you don't really know and you don't have to take care of time. Let the examiner handle it. If
Okay.
you start thinking about everything, what will examiner think about? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he or she has also leave some scope for him also to earn his salary. No.
Okay.
Don't think what the examiner is supposed to think. You give your answer honestly and completely, and let the examiner decide how long you speak or how short you speak. If he is happy with your answer, he would ask the next question.
Okay.
Okay, so next question to Tarun. Are you ready,
Okay.
Tarun?
Yes, sir.
What are the pros and cons of current educational system in your country?
Uh, I would like to start with pros of my education system. As our education system, new education system which was provided by our government has proposed to student with more options in subjects. Like they are not restricted to only like in older education system, like they have to take only science or maths with commerce. Now they have given more options to the students, and there are vocational studies which are being provided, which will help the student to gain experience for their perspective, which will help work ex work ex experience. And now with the cons, as our education system also pressurize more on just only marks, and only just at cramming up and passing just about all the exams. But these changes will come with time. Uh, uh, that's all.
Good, good, good. You speak well. All that can be arranged in a little better manner, but there's a good content, and you are able to think on your feet and give words to your thoughts. And with the passage of time, it will become a little more fluent. That's all is required. So you said that the pros, the advantage is that now there is more flexibility. Earlier,
Yes.
students didn't have a chance to select
Explore.
subjects from different domains. So, there were science students, there were arts students, there were commerce students, but there wasn't any option to select two subjects from arts, two subjects from science, and
Yes.
design your own curriculum. But
Yes.
now
Yes.
that flexibility is there. So, you can use some words and explain it in a simpler manner. And it's enough to speak about one pro and pros and one con. And one disadvantage is that still there is a lot of emphasis on cramming and remembering facts. The examinations are still conducted in a very tensed environment. There are still suicides. Students get unnecessarily stressed about the exams, and I think it has to ease out. It has to be done in a more friendly atmosphere. There can be better ways of evaluating performance, and I think they will come into picture with the passage of time. So yeah, you can talk about that like that. And you have to kind of see, you have to become a storyteller. And I'm
Yes.
telling
Yes.
you, being a storyteller is a big skill. It's a very important skill. Do you realize that?
Yes. Yes.
So if you develop
True.
command over language where you can express yourself fluently and easily and in an impressive manner, it will change the whole scene of your life. It's not just important from the
Exactly.
perspective of your IELTS, it's also important for life. See how Raghavi is reacting.
Exactly. Because I face it on daily basis.
Yes, you have to become an emphatic speaker who presents his or her thoughts in a clear and very, what do you call,
Yeah.
impressive manner. Yeah, with a lot of confidence. So yeah, you have to practice this skill. So this is important. This is very, very important. Do you think it is necessary to give comment or criticism to teachers? This question goes to Raghavi. Do you think it is necessary to give comment or criticism to teachers?
Um, yes, I would say not only for teachers, for every work, there should be some comments and criticism. This will help the individual to develop on their skills in a better way. When it comes to teachers, critics from the students will help them, will boost up their own self-confidence, and helps them to improve their
हाँ जी मैं-
teaching
हेलो
habits.
हाँ जी आ गए हो?
Mute yourself, Tarun. आ गए,
आ
आ
रहा
गए.
हूँ आ रहा हूँ.
Okay, yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, I did it. Okay. Um,
So this is good. Yes, yes. I think you are able to express yourself. Just that, with, as I said, with more practice, it will become a little more fluent, and you would have
Yes.
more ideas, you would have more words to express yourself in a clearer way.
Okay.
So you can always say that criticism and comments actually help teachers a great deal, because they get to understand their flaws in delivery and subject knowledge, and it helps them to bridge those gaps. Everybody wants to know his own shortcomings and weaknesses, and also his or her strengths. So giving comments helps a teacher to grow in every possible way. And I strongly advocate that teachers and seniors should give comments and give constructive criticism to the teachers.
Okay.
So yeah, you can use those words and expressions. And as I said, start spending like 20 minutes every day on
Okay.
listening to some good content. Like you can start with psychology of money. It's a fantastic audio book. It talks about, we all think about money. How many of you think about money? Write down
Me.
money. Yeah. So it
Me.
it will change your perspective about money, and it will make you think what is like it. I'll tell you about one thing which he speaks. He talks about um, expanding your goalpost throughout your life. What happens when you get some money? What do? You think
Start
about
spending
spending.
it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think about spending it, which means you change your goalpost. Up till now, your goalpost was here. Like, okay, fine, good house, good, reasonably good car, good education for children, da 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 da, 4 5 things. Now you got 10 lakh rupees. Oh no, this is not enough. This is the goalpost now. Big house with a swimming pool and all those things.
Luxury car.
Now suppose you get that, so you keep on extending your goalpost. So what he says is that, okay, fine, have some money, it's okay, and you live luxuriously, or you know in a way that you can afford, but don't keep on extending your goalpost throughout your life. You'll become a slave in that case, isn't it? You would find many people who just keep on extending their goalposts and say, this is life, growth is life. No. So what are you doing? Aren't you chasing something all your life? Where is the time to relax and talk with your friends? So I'm not saying that you should not, but then everyone can have his or her perspective towards money. This book suggests that you should not just keep on expanding or extending your goalposts throughout your life. If you have achieved your goal, then you should live peacefully, isn't it? You should live with a lot of, like, whatever means you have is what this book suggests. And there are some interesting facts. There are many other things which it talks about. So I would like you to read it. I mean, listen to it. And the advantage is, tomorrow, if there's a question, like, have you ever read a book? You can always talk about it. Yes, sir, I read Psychology of Money. Everybody is interested in psychology and money. So when you say psychology of money, this examiner will, oh, tell me something about the book. What is the book? And he will or she will listen to you very carefully, and you would have something to
No.
speak about. No?
No IELTS examiner. I think they'll do this exactly. They'll just give a grumpy look all the time.
Yeah, they will actually. And you have to get used to those grumpy looks. And if nobody gives you a grumpy look in the morning, look at yourself like this.
They'll be wearing the mask this time.
Who?
Yeah,
Examiners?
that's an advantage.
You never know.
The reaction of them. Yeah.
They may make you wear the mask, which could be an advantage for you, but then you never know. If it is on a computer, there's no need. They would not be wearing a mask. And like this girl, Sheenam took the test some time back, and she asked, "Can I remove the mask?" He said, "Okay, you remove the mask." And the examination went like that.
The speaking test happens in virtual manner also.
Yeah,
Is
it
it?
could be virtual, it could be real, both ways. Like Sheenam took it in a virtual manner.
That's better.
Yeah, that's better. He cannot come out and kill you. But yes, you be prepared, and you should be, as you are rightly said, they always give this grumpy look all the time. And like this guy also said yesterday, that the examiner was not very friendly, but still he scored 7 bands in speaking. So it's all about how you react and how you respond to, not react, respond to the question.
Okay.
All right, so tomorrow we are going to do a test, and yeah, we'll take it forward from there. That's it.
Okay.
And I've got some some of the things to be checked. I got your answers, so I'll check them and give feedback.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay. Bye bye. Good day.
Bye. Bye, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
so
Yeah, yeah.
I need to talk. Yeah.
Yes, Raju. Just give me 1 minute.
Hey, hey.